unstoppable in the second innings. Can they make it a super duper Sunday?
We've seen two brilliant days in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. There have been brilliant individual performances that define what it means to play this great game. And yet, yesterday, at the end of day 2, it was Delhi ke chole bhature that was trending. So you know what? That's how we welcome you to Mastercard Cricket Live, because I've got a power-packed panel here, and gentlemen, I cannot let you start day 3 without a power-packed breakfast. So come on in, join me, and here we have it. Delhi ke chole bhature that have been trending non-stop here despite all the other performances. So act as chef, okay? So he knows his food, he knows his fancy cuisine. He's also a Mumbaiker who's going to be judging Delhi street food. So Sanjay, first impressions, are you tempted?
It's lovely. You know, as we say in Mumbai, it is far better. I've lost a few Mumbai friends now, having said that.
Careful, of course the chole in Mumbai cannot compare, because Virat Kohli himself yesterday was... Kaise? Okay? Not bad? While eating, don't talk.
छोला भटूरा दिल्ली का भाई आपका जो दिन है ना धन्य हो गया. Good start of the day.
That is a perfect start to the day. We'll see if we'll get these brave gentlemen to attempt it or not. But at the end of the day, we are looking forward to day 3 beginning.
Yeah, right, man.
Go for it.
Yeah, bhai, come on.
That's it. I don't need to say anything else. Let's just see the meeting. And let's get the show on the road.
Very good. You don't get this taste in Mumbai.
What went down?
Now that we've satiated our appetites, let's do so with a morning in Test cricket. What could be better than that? It's day 3, traditionally moving day. We expect things to move along today. Australia have got that lead of 62, but they know Sanjay Manjrekar and Marco. Sanjay, they're going to be up against 2 spinners who have got great numbers in the second innings, and Ashwin has taken quite a few with that new ball as well. Love it. Exactly. It's been interesting in this test match so far. When wickets have fallen, it's been in a cluster. One of the most phenomenal overs that we saw in day 1 wasn't just because of the high-profile dismissals, it's because of the craft of Ravichandran Ashwin, the subtle variations that he displayed in that over. And who better than Ashwin himself than to decode? It's a significant morning at the Kotla here, because this 1 hour really could decide the fate of the way this test match is going. Let's have a look at what the conditions are on to offer. A good one, actually. When you get the answers like that, I want to hear what you have to say. Fan pulse as well. Who do you feel might get the most wickets today? Do you feel that it might be Ashwin or a Jadeja? That's what most of you have to say as well. Not to forget that there is also Aksar in this lineup. But I don't know. Really, so many takeaways, most importantly for Team India as they retain the Border Gavaskar Trophy. It is their 100th win over Australia across the formats, 32 wins now in test matches against Australia, the most that Australia have sustained against an opposition. And certainly for India, so many takeaways as we wrap up the Delhi test match in 3 days. For Deep Gupta with me. Deep, that's probably it. We may not have thought that this would have been wrapped up in 3 days. It'll be fitting as well for Cheteshwar Pujara playing his 100th test match, just to be able to take the pride in closing out the game as well. Incredible moment. And speaking that, the incredible awards tomorrow morning, where we celebrate 15 years since we've seen the IPL auction, assembled a massive panel that will present the incredible awards to you, the best of the best that we have celebrated over the years. Yes, broadcasters, it's been quite a lot of voting going on to have that tough job. But speaking of tough, it's tough now for Australia, because it was a day where they started with a lead of 61 for the loss of just 1 wicket.
Well, very tough. 2-0 down in a 4-test match series. But it's probably the way Australia...
This test match were emotive. It's a roller coaster. Yeah. You really had no idea which way it was going. Let's have a look at our Maruti Suzuki top story. Just remember, it's one more step towards the WTC final. We will have Rahul Dravid just joining us on the show a little later on, so want to get his thoughts on how well exciting this game has been. But speaking of exciting, coming back after 5 months after what was described as a career-threatening injury, Ravindra Jadeja just coming back to reassuming that role of that true all-rounder that he has been. And it was obviously the Australian batters who helped quite a bit as well. Mark, why does it frustrate you if you're taking on a player like Jadeja? I mean, what are the thoughts that are going on your head? Why do you tend to fall into that trap?
Well, he's in these conditions, on these sort of pitches, we saw in Nagpur and we saw here, where there's a bit of natural variation in the surface. Some are skidding on, some are holding, and he's particularly dangerous.
Keeper not to sweep. I mean, that was the ultimate
Well, it's pretty
question
simple
on
now.
Kesri.
After
We
this
know
Test
that.
match.
And you saw the difference, because Indian batters, they know these conditions, so you're
Yeah.
using your footwork around a
Yeah.
little bit, but it's been a conversation.
We just didn't think on our feet well enough today.
Often that's what you're told when you're overseas, how to translate pressure back on Indian spinners by coming out with shots like that. But it is difficult. You've got to get caught in that trap. Thumbs up to Fani Moment. The fastest to 25,000 international runs. But the practice against spinners as well. The practice that we've seen him grueling against spin and having a chance to actually play that. Before we let you answer that as well, we will be just about ready for the presentation. But just to quickly sum it up for you as well, India have just got one foot closer towards that WTC final. They've also essentially what they've done is retained the Border Gavaskar Trophy for themselves as well. And it's been all down to the spinners and Akshar. Let's find out what happens at the presentation.